Hey everyone, how are we? Hope everybody's doing well today. A few actually I'm gonna, hold up, let me stop the music for just a second. Because there's a couple things I want to talk about before we get started. I know there's like nobody here right now, but if anyone shows up, I just, there's a couple of things I want to talk about before we get into this. But again, there's like nobody here, so I kind of want to wait until there's people before I talk about it so I don't have to repeat myself later on in the stream. But I don't know. We'll see. If people show up, people show up. Although that doesn't seem likely at the moment, but you never know. But hello to everyone who's here. We'll get started in just a second. I just want to wait till we get more people because I don't want to. I've got some stuff I want to talk about, and I don't want to like repeat myself later on. So I figured I'd wait till we got more people. But if this is as many as we're gonna get, I might as well just, talk. What's up, Carlos? Good to see you. Kenneth, good to see you. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope we can have a lovely Arsenal stream tonight. Link is pinned, by the way, for anyone who wants to join. Whatever, I'll just talk. Alright, so before we get started, a couple things I want to mention. Number one, if I'm not as energetic or my voice sounds weird during this stream, I had prom yesterday. And I did a lot of screaming. So my voice is a little shot. So just keep that in mind. If I lose my voice or if I'm not as loud or energetic as usual, my voice is not 100% because I had prom yesterday. Same thing with my overall energy. I'm very tired because I stayed up late. And prom. So I'm tired and my voice is a little gone. So I'm not going to be I'm not going to be 100% throughout this stream. Was that all I wanted to say? I feel like there was another thing I wanted to say before we got started. Whatever, it'll come to me. Let's get started. I swear there was a third thing I wanted to talk about, but it's just not coming to me. I bought Derrick Henry 96 and evolved to a 99. Oh, nice. Cool. I need a new running back. I'm looking to get a new running back soon. If I can. Because, whenever they drop the first promo, Season 9, I hope I can get a new running back. Whatever. Let me turn the music back on. Hold on. There we go. But yeah, I had another thing I wanted to mention, but it's not coming to me right now. So whenever I think of it, I'll mention it. Yeah, I cannot remember what it was. Oh boy. If that's any sign of things to come, then this stream is not gonna go too well. Probably just something about I don't know. I mean, I guess I could talk about, some stuff that I've been feeling lately. I mean, I kind of addressed that in my last video, though. But, whatever. It's good to see everybody. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Feel free to join at any time. Link is pinned in the chat. So, you can use that to join. And I hope to see as many of you in here as possible. Because the more people we get in, the more fun the rounds typically are. So, feel free to join. Don't be shy. We're all friendly around here. There's no reason to be scared. We're all good. But thank you everybody for coming out. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe and enjoy the stream. But again, I'm probably going to be lower energy today because I did a lot of dancing and screaming yesterday. So probably not going to be my usual self, but Figured I'd get a stream out, because why not? Didn't want to leave you guys with, like, no content for, like... I mean, I know I uploaded, like, the My Feelings, My Thoughts video, but I haven't streamed in, like, 4 days, so... Hey, DM, what's going on? I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Welcome to the stream. I'm a little tired and beat up from last night. Anyone who follows me on Snapchat or Instagram, which, by the way, if anyone wants to follow me on Snapchat or Instagram, I can give you guys my Snap and Instagram if you guys want that. I posted some prom pictures yesterday. Man, last night was awesome. I want to do like a prom recap video, but I don't know if I should, because like no one's gonna understand what's going on except my friends who are at prom with me. So like I don't know. But last night was so much fun, man. Like I was skeptical about prom. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go at first. On a scale of Sage to Pog, how was it? Very Pog. I would give it a very Pog out of 10. So, let me try and explain, because, like, some of you probably don't even know what prom is. So, basically, for those of you that don't know what prom is, it's basically an event that, like, upperclassmen go to at the end of the year to kind of, you know, celebrate moving on to the next year and just, you know, spend time with their friends, dress all fancy. It's a formal event, but we kind of just acted like children the whole night. It was absolutely hysterical. That's, like, the best way I can describe it. It's a formal event, but, like... we just act like children the whole time. So it was great. So we got there. It was under a tent next to a barn. So at first I was like, wait a minute. Normally like formal events are like inside. It was like, oh, it's just like in this clearing under a tent next to a barn for pictures. And I was like, oh, I don't know how this is going to be. But I got there. And at first I was skeptical, because, like, the parking lot was weird, the roads were, like, really skinny, there wasn't a whole lot of room, and, like, they had everyone sitting at, like, assigned tables with other people, so I was like, I don't know how this is gonna go. But, they served food. The food was actually very good. They had, like, they had your typical chicken tenders and penne vodka, but, like, they also had, like, steak tips and meatballs and rolls and salad and chicken marsala, and it was good, man. Like, it wasn't like life-changing, but it was solid. Like, it was good food. So after we ate, they opened, like, you could have, like, danced or whatever, but they opened the dance floor after everybody ate, and, like, they were playing, like, anyone who was, like, alive during, like, the 2010s would have had a field day. I mean, they just played a bunch of, like, throwback 2010s and like fairly recent like rap music for the most part, and it was so much fun to just have everybody just like this giant mob of teenagers just jumping up and down to a rap song. It was so much fun, man. It was great. Me and my friends had such a good time. The funny thing is Owen was pretty much playing Pokemon Go the whole time. So he was, like, not really participating a lot. Well, sometimes he would jump in and start just dancing or whatever, but he was playing Pokemon Go for a lot of the time, which we just thought was hilarious. But, anyone who follows me on Instagram and probably Snapchat, too, knows what I'm talking about there. But, yeah, we kind of just... It started off with, like, you know, some food, some talking, taking some pictures, whatever. But, it turned into just this giant mob of teenagers dancing to, like, 2010s music. And it was so fun, because everyone's screaming at the top of their lungs. And, like, they tried to censor out the curses and stuff, but, like, the mob of teenagers is just swearing over the silence. It was so hilarious. Like, when Paul and I would hear, like, a song that we knew, we would get so hyped. Oh, it was awesome. And we found these two... I'm not gonna give their names away, obviously, but we found these two girls that we had never met before. And we just kind of hung with them for, like, the last couple of hours. Because, like, they were super chill. Like, they were just kind of there. They didn't really... I mean, they knew a few other kids, but they were kind of hanging by themselves. Just, you know, vibing, dancing, doing whatever. And we just kind of hung with them for the rest of the night. It was really great. Like... And they really seemed to like us. You know, they really seemed to, you know, like, oh, you guys are cool. So I got one of their Snap and Instagram, and they said they were going to make a Snap group with her, and then me, Paul, Mike, and the other girl, who unfortunately whose name I don't remember. But neither of them ever actually mentioned their names. But whatever. I'm not. I don't want to, like, you know, give away private information or anything. But they were very, very nice young ladies, and I had a lovely time with them last night. Just, you know, dancing, walking around, talking about whatever. After they closed up, we just kind of sat there for like 20 minutes, just walked around talking to this one girl about, you know, school and plans and, you know, what we do and everything. And it was fun just to, you know, share my life, share what I do with another human being, because, like, we've been inside for so long because of this friggin' virus. Like, it's nice to share stuff that you're doing with your life to someone you don't, like, talk to every day. Like, I talk to my friends, like, every day. You know, I'm in school, so I talk to my friends every day. So whenever I get the chance to meet another person my age who, you know, you know, likes me, like, not in, like, a romantic way, but, like, you know, someone who can tolerate my presence, you know, it's nice to just, you know, talk to other people. And at first I was very shy to, like, you know, walk up to girls and to, like, dance or whatever. I was afraid I was going to embarrass myself. But then I kind of got into it. And at first Paul was, like, the same. He was, like, more sitting down than, you know, dancing. And then I was like, just get out here. And he was like, yeah, sure. And we got so hyped when some, like, the rap stuff that we really like came on. It was, honestly, it was so much fun. Like, I was so skeptical of going. Like, I honestly didn't want to go at first. And then when I heard that, well, I heard my favorite teacher was going to be there. That's, like, the whole reason I went. And then I said, okay, you know what, you guys want to go? And everyone was like, yeah, we'll go. So, and I'm so glad I went. It was, they picked such a great location, too. Like, I was very skeptical at first. I was like, what the heck is this? But it fits so well. Like, this outdoor kind of open place where, you know, there's spots for pictures and everything, but it was kind of open so you could run around. But then they had, like, this dance floor under the tent and everything, and they had, like, an ice cream bar and everything. It was so much fun. It really was. It was a fantastic night. I got to meet some lovely young women who were just so nice and so, you know, energetic and, you know, lively and happy and just cool people, man. And, you know, the funniest thing is one person, I am not even joking when I say this. I'm not going to give his name away, but I know him. I run into him all the time. I have him added on Snapchat. I have him added on Instagram. He came up to me, he said, listen, I watch your videos all the time. I absolutely love your Among Us stuff. I just wanted to say keep up the good work. That honestly might have been the best part of that entire night, was when this kid walked up to me and said, I love your channel. Keep up the good work. I was, like, so shook in that moment that I didn't even know what to say. I was like, dude, thank you so much. That means a lot. And he was, we hung out with him a lot too. He was just kind of wandering around, hanging out with everybody, and he was getting super hyped. So yeah, that happened yesterday. Oh man, last night was so fun. I honestly wish I could do it again. Like, if I had the chance to do it again tonight, I absolutely would. Like, the first, like, hour was a little boring. Because, like, you know, they weren't serving food yet. Nobody was really dancing yet. We were just kind of taking pictures, talking, walking around, seeing who was there, seeing who was at our table. But, like, we got, after like, the first hour, it really started to get lively. And it was a ton of fun. It was so much fun. But, so, yeah, I'm definitely going to senior prom. No doubt about it. Absolutely going to senior prom. My suit fit great. I probably burned off all the calories I ate with how much I was jumping up and down. I nearly cramped my leg up twice during the same song. I was, like, jumping up and down to Mo Bamba, and I felt like my legs start, like, this pain just shoot into my calf, and I was like, oh god, what's going on? But, so yeah, I was a little sore. My feet hurt a lot after I got home. I was very tired and very sweaty, but that was so much fun. And I got to meet some awesome people and, you know, talk to some people I already knew a little bit, hang out with my friends. It was a great night. It really was. It was fantastic. It was such a fantastic gathering. my school did such a good job setting it up. I was so skeptical, like, really? You're just gonna put us under a tent for 4 hours? But it was so much fun, and I would totally do it again. Like, because, like, my experiences with, like, dances and stuff, like, my middle school dances were horrendous. They were absolutely terrible, and I hated them so much. They were just torture to me. But this was, like, an actual formal event with actual food, a ton of people. The thing is, my school was so small, there was just, like, not enough people. But, like, in my high school, first off, this was only the junior class. Only the junior class was allowed. Which, I mean, one person broke the rules. One sophomore showed up, and he's going to be in a lot of trouble next year, according to my teacher. But, it was just the juniors, which, at first I was like, well, if you have a date who's not a junior, you just can't bring them. But, you know, some people did have dates. Like, my buddy Carson had a date, and then there's some other people who had in-grade dates. But I didn't have a date. I just showed up with my guys. I was like, yeah, let's just vibe and have fun tonight. And we did. We had all of us had a fantastic time. We got to meet some people, and you know, get some snaps, get some Instagrams. And someone compliment my channel. I mean, it was just great. It was just absolutely fantastic. I loved it. I loved it so much. But yeah, I had a great night. Like, if I had to pick between streaming and doing that, I would do that. Like, 10 times out of 10, I would do that over streaming. And it's not that I hate streaming. Who needs to go to junior prom with a date? Overrated. Facts. Like, I understand if you're in a relationship with a girl, but, like, the girl has to be in the same grade to be able to go to junior prom. Like, if you had, like, a sophomore or a senior girlfriend, you couldn't take them to prom. You'd have to show up by yourself. Or with someone else, with, like, a friend. So, you know, I felt that was a little like, really? That kind of, like, that seems kind of dumb. But, you know, for me, I didn't have a date, so I didn't mind, you know? Like, I showed up with my guys. We were all looking all, sheesh, in the suits and everything. Because we all got, like, Paul rented a tuxedo, Mike bought a tuxedo, Owen showed up in a suit, and I showed up in a suit. So we all showed up looking pretty fly, I gotta say. None of us had dates. We just showed up, you know, as guys, just looking to have a good time. And we did. We had a great time. We screamed, we ate, we met people, we took pictures. It was fantastic. It was such an awesome experience, man. Like, that's like the best way I can describe it, is just, it was such a great experience. Just the outdoor atmosphere, and luckily it was a nice night. It stopped raining. Can only seniors go for a normal prom? Good question. I actually don't know. You know, I was wondering that. I was like, well, it's senior prom, so I feel like they should let the seniors take whoever they want, right? Like, it's their last year in school. I feel like they should let the seniors take whoever. But whatever. I honestly don't know. I don't have an answer to give you. I don't know. But I feel like it would make sense if they allowed the seniors to take whoever they wanted. But yeah, it was a ton of fun. I had an absolute blast. Like, again, if you follow me on Snap or Instagram, I posted pictures, like several pictures from the prom. I had so much fun. Like, me in my suit, and then Owen playing Pokemon Go, and then me and Owen actually played Pokemon Go. There's like a picture of me, like, not T-posing, but standing menacingly next to Owen's Eevee. Just like, you touch my floofy boy and I'll break your kneecaps. I thought that was such a great image. Because, like, Owen captioned this. He was sending, like, the pictures of Pokemon in our main group chat and then captioning them with, like, the funniest stuff. And so I was like, yes, this needs to go on Snap right now. It was me standing next to Owen's Eevee. Just like, you touch my floofy boy and I'll make your kneecaps disappear. It was the funniest caption. I'm officially fully vaccinated tomorrow. Congratulations. That's awesome. That's good to hear. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to when we don't have to wear masks anymore. I mean, I don't have to wear masks around my family and friends anymore because most of them are vaccinated. But I'm looking forward to a day where I can actually go like wherever without having to wear a mask anymore. Now, obviously, I understand I still have to, even though I'm vaccinated, because, you know, protecting other people, and I totally get that. But, but yeah, there was this area set up in this barn for like pictures and everything, and that was fun. And like the whole like announcements crew from my school got together in a picture, including like the head moderator, teacher. Like it was just a good time. Everyone's such a good time. Like the teacher loved it so much. He was like, "Well, we just need to do everything here now. We'll rethink it." He said that next year they're gonna start doing a banquet for like the early college kids, and he said, "Oh, we'll just have the banquet here." And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's awesome." The thing is, with the early college kids alone, I feel like I don't like know enough of the early college kids. Like I know like the kids in my grade, and then I know like my brother and Dusky. But like that's it. You know, I'm not close with too many other kids. So hello, Miko. An exciting 2 weeks coming up. You see, I don't even know what you're talking about, so I don't think I'd be giving anything away. And we even rickrolled everybody. Which was one of the best moments of the night, is when we heard Never Gonna Give You Up come on, and I just started jumping and screaming. I was like, yes! Yes, finally! Like, all the guys were just like, oh my god! That was such a great moment, is when they put on Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley, and we all just started losing it. And the dude who complimented my channel came over and he was just grooving, and I was like, yes! This is what I want this to be, just a bunch of teenagers just vibing out with each other, having a good time. Oh, it was great. See, that's the problem, I think, with like the early college, like, there's not enough kids to have that vibe that this prom did. That there wouldn't be enough kids to have the same, like, large gathering vibe. Like, there's just not enough kids for that in the program. There's just not, unfortunately. It's a shame, because there's the large amount of people who are in the junior class just made it so much better. Just the amount of kids there was like this giant mob was just vibing out to music, which just made it so much better. But yeah, it was such a good time, man. It really was. It was so awesome. Such a good time. I had an absolute blast with my friends. I got some good pictures that I threw on social media. And I just had a good time. Like, that was one of the best nights of my life. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, that was one of the best nights that I've had. Like, it was such a fun night. Perfect location, perfect amount of kids, perfect vibe, perfect atmosphere. The food was good. It wasn't like, oh, well, I mean, people were kind of split up into groups, but like, when people were just vibing to music, like, everyone was just vibing as like one being, and it was amazing. Alright, my dogs are kind of losing it. I'm sorry if you can hear that in the background. My dogs are freaking out. But that's just... Oh, by the way, what I completely forgot to mention, my dog ran away yesterday. Before I was gonna, you know, leave for prom. My grandma came to see me in my suit before I left. And my dog ran away. My dog just bolted out the door before anybody could catch her. Luckily, one of our, not like next door neighbors, but not too far down the street, found her and brought her back. But my dog ran away before prom yesterday. So I texted my group. I was like, well, frick, my dog just ran away. But, man, luckily they found her. It didn't even take that long. It took like 20 minutes. Like, it didn't take too long. But it was a scary couple of minutes. It was. But we found her, and then I was like, okay, well, now I don't have to have that on my shoulders while I'm trying to enjoy prom, which was great. And then I just had a great night. Like, I came back and I just said, I had so much fun. I'm so glad I went. But yeah, I can't wait for senior prom. I hope they have multiple senior proms, like a fall prom and a spring prom or something. Because, like, man, that was fun, and I want to do it again as soon as possible. And like the one of the girls that I met last night said, okay, well, if you ever, that was so much fun. Like if you ever like go to a party, like let me know and we can go. And I was like, yes, absolutely. Because like these girls we met were like so awesome, like so hype, so nice, so like, you know, into it. Just dancing, vibing, doing whatever. Just talking to us, just hanging out. Like I said, after the prom, we just like sat by the bonfire for a few minutes and just talked about our lives, and it was such a cool moment. And so we were like, yeah, we should totally go to a party together sometime. Like, just as not like as a date or whatever, but like just in a group, we should all like totally go to a party together sometime, because like that would be so sick. Because like we know that we're like, you know, we're good together. We're just so hype and like in the moment and just having a good time. So I was like, yes, absolutely, we should totally go to a party together sometime. The thing is, like, I don't have the type of house that would be good for like hosting a party. I mean, I shouldn't say that. I have a pretty big basement, pretty big backyard. I mean, I don't have like a pool or anything, but you know, I've got a pretty big property. You know, plenty of space outside, basement, main floor. Maybe I could just invite like my close friends over for a party. I almost did that in middle school. I almost invited my entire class over for a party, and it just never happened. And I'm very glad I didn't, to be honest. I'm very glad I didn't. But I would be totally down to like have a party where I either invite like the whole class, the whole junior class, or like just like my really close, not really close friends, but fairly close friends, like, you know, my guys, and then a couple other, not a couple other people, but a decent amount of other people, like people that I talk to. I don't know if I'd have enough space in like my house to do that, you know, but I definitely want to go to the next prom whenever it is. Because that was a ton of fun, and I'm not gonna forget it. Because I have some great pictures. I'm not going to show them, obviously, but I have some epic pictures from prom. So yeah, I've rambled about prom for the last half hour. Hope you guys enjoyed that bit. I'm sorry, man. I just had such a good time last night. I had such a lovely time. Not even like, oh, I kissed with a girl or anything, you know? Like, I just vibed and enjoyed myself and had such a good time yesterday. It's not even like I overate or like stuffed my face the whole night or like just kind of sat by myself. Like I didn't. Like I got up and out and socialized and like I ate, but I didn't vomit. Like I almost did. At one point I was feeling pretty sick, but I was fine. I drank a lot of water though, cause like I was chugging water. I was sweating last night. But if anyone wants to see like my party animal side, that was kind of what I was last night. But, like all bets were off. I ate what I wanted, except ice cream. I didn't eat any ice cream because I was feeling pretty sick. So I was like, you know what? I probably shouldn't eat anymore feeling like this. And that was a good decision. Don't get me wrong. I would have loved to have some ice cream, but and there were like cookies and stuff too. I was like, should I have a cookie? And then I was like, I really should not have a cookie. I'm not feeling too good. But it was just so fun. Such a good time. I know I've said that like 17 quadrillion times this stream already, but it was great. So shout out to my school and class officers. You know who you are. You're probably not watching this, but shout out to you if you are. For setting that up and making it as awesome as it was, because I really wasn't sure if I was going to enjoy it, and I totally did, and I'm so glad that I went. So shout out to y'all for being awesome and doing your thing. What's up, Celia? Good to see you. So y'all are probably bored of hearing me talk about prom at this point, so I'm trying to think of other things to talk about, but prom is the only thing that comes to mind, because obviously that's, you know, what I spent my entire evening doing yesterday for like 5 hours, which was totally cool. So I was so worried it was gonna be like my middle school dances, just lame. I was worried the food wasn't gonna be good. I was just worried it was gonna be so lame with just like a dance or whatever. But it wasn't. It was like, it was a souped up like school dance. It was a school dance, but like without everything that made the school dance terrible. Like nobody doing anything. That was not even like a factor. Like everyone was up and moving like the whole time. Terrible food. The food was actually quite good. So that wasn't part of it. Not knowing anybody or being close with anybody. I was close with quite a few people. Like, obviously my guys, but then the guy who said he liked my YouTube channel, and this kid from another table who's on the announcements, and my favorite teacher was there. So, like, I had people to talk to, like, the entire night, and it was sick. So, think of, like, a school dance, but without everything that makes the school dance terrible. And then, like, the good stuff, like, souped up to, like, 10. That's basically how I would describe the prom. Like, a school dance without all the social awkwardness and terrible food, but then you take, like, really... Okay, the music didn't start off amazing, but, like, take some, like, good, like, early to mid 2010s music and, like, late 2010s rap. Like, music that gets you in, like, vibing and, like, in the mood. Combine it with, like, very, very solid catering and, like, a bunch of people that you just love to be around. And, like, an atmosphere where everyone is just this giant mass of people dancing to music that everybody loves. And just the most incredible atmosphere of, like, all these teenagers in the same, like, 20 feet. Just absolutely turning up to, like, Starships by Nicki Minaj. It was, I could just remember how, like, everyone would get so hype on the drop of every song. Like, people were just turning up. It was incredible. But it was so awesome, man. I was so worried I was just gonna totally hate it. And I loved it. But yeah, it was, man, there was some good music too. Like, not music that, like, I would personally listen to a lot, but, like, music that, like, everybody knows. Like, some, like, early mid 2010 stuff, like Starships and some, like, Post Malone, Juice WRLD. Why do I always forget his name? Lil Uzi. Um, and then just like some just pop music from like the early 2010s. Like none of the songs are coming to me right now, but stuff that like everybody knew, like Love Sosa, it was just awesome. So good. Such a fantastic time. And the DJ was hyped too. That's part of what made the school dances suck. Was the DJ was terrible. He was like unmotivated, wasn't like interacting with the crowd at all, was just playing the music and kind of standing there. Whereas the DJ was like super hype, adding in like sound effects and transitions from song to song. Dude clearly knew what he was doing. And he was getting everybody hype and like getting out on the dance floor and just hyping everybody up. Dude was awesome. He was taking suggestions and everything. Dude was so hype. Best DJ. Whatever they paid him, they should have paid him more. I mean, he was awesome. He made the atmosphere as awesome as it was. He was getting so hyped with everything. Oh, Gingy is in VC. Hold on. I'm actually gonna mute the music so I can talk to Gingy. Hey.
So I was listening to the story, and then like you were like, "Oh yeah, they played Love Sosa," and I was like, "These bitches."
Bro, when that came on, I got so hyped. That and like.
Wait, hold on, really quick, be quiet.
Yeah.
Hello. Oh, I'm really quiet on your stream.
Oh, I could. Oh yeah. Hang on, let me. Boop. There you go. You should be louder now.
Let's check it.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe not.
A little louder. Maybe. Is that good? I have no idea.
Ah.
There. Okay. Yeah, that should be good.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Okay. But yeah, there's like Lucid Dreams and like Mo Bamba and Congratulations and Love Sosa and stuff like that, where I was just when I nearly like double cramped my leg. Like I was just like absolutely losing my mind to Mo Bamba, and like while I'm in the air I can feel this pain in my leg and I'm like, oh god, not now. I'm having such a good time. No.
Happy Pride Month. Thank you.
But yeah, it was so good. Like all the like early 2010s music that just got you like just vibing.
Like literally got your tip sticky type stuff.
Exactly. Like just songs that like everybody knows, and just so much fun, man. Everyone was like, the thing is like it wasn't like individual people, it was like just this massive mob of people just vibing to music, head banging, hands in the air, just vibing. It was so awesome.
Yeah.
And like you didn't really feel awkward. Like a lot of times at dances I feel awkward, like I'm not supposed to be there, or like I'm not in the right spot. But like I didn't really feel awkward, because like first off, a lot of the kids I knew, obviously, because like I've been spending a couple years with them at this point. But I mean, I was hanging with my guys for most of the time, but like.
Did you hang with any of the shawties or what?
A little bit. Hung with a couple of girls for a few hours. You know, it was nice. They were cool.
Your boy slang it.
They were cool. Yeah, I got
boys hopping on Roblox to shit on y'all.
But yeah, I got to a point. I don't remember what time it was, and I was like, I am like, I'm wearing this white shirt, and it's just like, I was
see-through. It's see-through.
I was so sweaty, bro.
Dude, it's like when you would try to clean like a table that you spilled like water on with like one of those crappy paper towels.
Yes.
And it's just see-through.
I was so sweaty. Like I was, and then like, cause I must have pounded 3 or 4 like bottles of water yesterday. Like I was drinking yesterday. Like I was so like, not even like that I was dehydrated. It's just every 5 minutes I needed a drink, because like I was getting so hype. I just ran through water, man. But And like the bathroom was toxic, bro. Not like the smell or nothing, but like the kids that were in there were talking about some weird stuff. Talking
Yeah, it
about
sounds like a
like
high school bath.
talking about like having actual intercourse with actual people. And I was like, "Hey, yo, that's like the thing you're not supposed to do at prom. Like, hey, yo, y'all gotta chill. I'm just here for the food." And originally
Well, I'm just trying to watch the YouTube versus TikTok fight.
I just showed up for the food and for like my favorite teacher, and then I was
Oh,
like,
I don't have permission to get in this game, bro.
"Oh, you probably don't have him friended. That's
Who
tough."
is it?
Existence, are you still here? I hope you're still here, because Jindy wants in on the Roblox game.
Playing Minecraft.
But yeah, these girls were cool. Like they, like that's the best way I can describe them. They just getting hype.
What's his name? Because I can just add him from your friends.
I mean I don't want to give their names away on stream.
No, like his Roblox.
Oh. What is Existence's name? I forget. It's who are you? I don't remember the numbers after it.
That's all I needed. Who are you? Alright, might take me a minute, but I'll find it.
But yeah, they were so chill. They were just like, yeah, come in here, just get in here, let's go. And it was just sick because I was talking to this one girl afterwards. We were all hanging out by the bonfire. They had like this big bonfire set up where people could just vibe. We were just talking about everything, just talking about school, talking about life, driving, and it was just sick. It was so much fun. And then I'm snapping the girl afterwards. I'm like, that was so awesome. And she's like, yeah, that was so much fun. If you ever like get invited to a party, let me know. And I was like, yeah, absolutely, we should totally go to a party sometime, because like we were just such like, I don't know if this you like understand, but like the perfect group. Like,
oh, you were digging it. You were there and you were like, man, this is nice. If like that one person you didn't want to see wasn't there, that's how good it was.
Like just the perfect group of people who just followed each other around, hung out for like 2-3 hours, and just enjoyed the moment and each other's company. Yeah, junior prom, and it was just awesome. Such a great. And again, I was worried when they said, oh, it'll be next to a barn in the middle of this. I was like, wait, really? Next to a barn? Are you kidding me? But like, nah, they had this like. I was worried there was just gonna be like this tiny little tent. Just stick everybody under this tent. I was worried it was gonna rain. Cause like it was raining.
Oh yeah.
Before, and then like my dog decided to run away, and then I was like,
he's like do a flip, and then he just ran.
So you've been to my house plenty of times. Do you know that like a little table I have right next to my front door?
Yeah.
Normally like when my mom would travel, she would have bags and stuff underneath it, so like the dogs couldn't go underneath it. But my mom hasn't traveled in like a year and a half, so she didn't have anything underneath it. So when my grandma opened the door, she slipped right under the table and got past my grandma, and then just ran straight out into the woods.
He was like, yeah, or she was like, yes, yeah.
And then someone who, funnily enough, my parents told me like 20 years ago when they had a baby, my parents brought them like a basket, and they brought my dog back, and I was like, yes.
So that was their return thing, was.
I guess so, yeah. And so
they
also gave us dog treats, and so my dad drove out and gave them back, and I said, why you give them back? Just keep them. And my dad said, no, you're gonna need them the way things are going. And so thank God. I feel like prom would have been miserable if I had that sitting on my shoulders for the next 4 hours, just not knowing where my dog was. But I'm glad we were able to find her and bring her back before prom.
This new Arsenal map is dog shit.
I feel like that would have made a miserable experience for me. But yeah, we did a lot of stuff. At first, Mike nearly carjacked somebody, like, because unfortunately, I don't know why, but nobody locked their car in the parking lot. Like, nobody's car was locked. It was really weird. Like, everyone left their car unlocked. my teacher actually went to like a Walgreens or something and picked up some tinfoil so we could like make a tinfoil ball and throw it around. So we did that for like 10 minutes. We just like tossed a ball around, and I have never seen my teacher move like that. Like he was flying all over the place.
He was hustling.
He was. I swear he hadn't worked out like that in 10 years.
Will went home and he's like, I pushed myself a little too hard.
Because like almost immediately Mike threw the ball into the bush and we couldn't find it. So we had to
Sounds like Mike.
we had to make another one. But like yeah, the first like half hour or so was just, us talking, getting acclimated, like, oh, here's our table, here's who's sitting with us. Let's go take a picture, whatever. And then we got through the first half hour and they like opened up the food, so we ate and we were talking about whatever. I played some Pokemon Go with Owen. We were just vibing, doing whatever, took some nice pictures, and it was just funny because like Owen was like sending these pictures, not in our like comp sci group chat, but like in the main ECA group chat, just these pictures with these captions like "you kids best not be drinking," with like the picture of like these Pokemon. It was hysterical. But
like the one on your Instagram?
yeah. But then when they first like majorly opened, well, the dance floor was open like a little bit before the food came out. Like people were vibing to like Fireball and like the songs were gonna be at prom, like, or at like a dance, like
Oh, this bitch. Sorry for my language. He just keeps killing me. Yeah, that's right. Home slice.
where everyone's getting hype over that music. And then when they really opened it and like people just got into it, man. Everyone was so hype at like every song, and it was just such a great atmosphere. It was so sick. But yeah, I'm definitely glad I went because it was an awesome night. And so
I'm not on summer break yet, sadly. I got a week.
Oh my god.
Someone calling me, or is that you?
No, I'm not calling you.
Oh, it was in fucking. Oh, it was in Arsenal. That was weird.
Oh. Probably someone's like kill sound effect or something. But a lot of great laughs. Oh, one of the funniest things of the night, I think, was we had a paper due last night at midnight. It was like our last assignment of the year, and Owen didn't have it done yet, so he was working on it on Google Docs on his phone while he was at prom.
Did he get it done?
No. And prom ended at like 10 p.m. That might have been the funniest thing of the whole prom, was him working on a paper at prom. I mean, most of the time he was just playing Pokemon Go. I have pictures of him just like wandering around the site just looking for... It was so funny just watching Owen walking around. It was honestly so fun. But yeah, it was great, man. I shared some laughs with my friends, had an awesome time, met some girls. It was just great. And I'm very glad I went because I was skeptical. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go. I was like, oh, this will just be some lame dance. The location seems weird. The food's probably not going to be good.
Was the food good?
The food was good, bro. It was like your typical, like, party food, like chicken tenders and penne vodka, but, like, more stuff. Like, chicken marsala, hot vegetables, rolls.
Oh, we got a hacker in this game. Golly.
And sausage, not sausage, I'm stupid, sorry, meatballs, like steak.
I like sausage.
Steak tips, just good food, man, real good food. And then they had like an ice cream bar later. But
for me, we for volleyball, lost in state championship. That's an L. But Monday we're having like a party, so I'm kind of pumped for that, but also, like you said, skeptical, just because parties can be either a hit or a miss.
Yeah,
bro.
you either got your like crappy school dance parties or like your upscale prom parties. Like, how bad the dances were. You experienced the veggie tray and bag of Cheetos. Like, those were just so atrocious. Like, I tried to enjoy them, I just couldn't.
Okay, dude, this dude's like hacking. He's like,
But you remember how bad the dances were in like middle school.
Oof. Oh man. Oof. It was like to the point where there was no food, ass music. It was so humid in the room, and you'd rather just be home.
Yeah,
Like that.
exactly. Like
Like the back of your mind, you're like, man, I could be doing my project that's due in 2 weeks. You know, like it's you just rather not be there.
yeah,
Like,
exactly. The DJ wasn't energetic. You couldn't use your phone. Like the food was
Dude,
awful.
we were so young, we didn't even have phones, so it was like.
It was just awful. And then this was like the polar opposite of that. Like all of the good stuff there, like the music, but it was actually good, and the food, but it was actually good, and the atmosphere and the dancing, but it was actually good. Like it was all the good stuff without any of the bad stuff, and then the good stuff like amplified. It was so awesome. I hope we have multiple proms next year. I don't know if you're normally supposed to have multiple proms, but I hope so. Because I want to go to multiple proms. I want that experience because that was so awesome.
Dude, don't you just love when you get raped? Yes, actually.
Hey, what? Oh, also, I don't know if I think I did mention this, but a sophomore snuck into prom. Like, it was for juniors only. Like, you physically, if you had a partner who wasn't a junior, like, you couldn't bring them. It was juniors only. And a sophomore, like, dressed up for prom, drove to prom, and then just hung out at prom for, like, the whole time. And, like, the thing is, it was, like, a student that, like, we knew. So we recognized him and we were like, wait, that's a sophomore. So we went and told the teachers and like then they told the deans and the deans were talking to the cops and we were like, oh God. What if
You guys told the teacher?
Well, yeah, it was like
Oh, you didn't like the kid? You didn't like the
well,
kid?
it was like someone who's in like the college academy. So like we knew who it was and we were like, hey yo, I don't want to like alarm anybody, but like there's a sophomore in here. So yeah, apparently they're gonna get major repercussions at the start of next school year. And my mom made a good point. Like, how does it have to be that sophomore and have that on your shoulders for the whole summer? Because yesterday was our last day of school. So how do you have to feel now over the whole summer knowing that you have some kind of punishment coming to you because of like showing up to junior prom?
Like, dude, this summer is going to be like the worst summer of his life. He's gonna mature a little bit and be like, why did I do
Why
that?
did I do that? Yeah, exactly. Like he's gonna have so many regrets and then get into school and be like, oh well, I guess I have to deal with this now. Right at the beginning of the school year when you have new classes and new teachers and oh, that's gotta suck. But hey, listen, if you're gonna be stupid, you're gonna get consequences. I don't care how old you are. You're gonna get consequences if you do something dumb like that. But like, that was so not worth it for that kid. Like. You could have hung out with friends and had your own party that night and not had to get all dressed up in a fancy suit and everything. The logic there, dude. Like, why risk getting some huge punishment? There was talk of literal suspensions from school for that. Like,
Well, like, you never know. He could have snuck in and done. I don't really want to say it live, but could have done something so bad that like he could have tried to hurt people. Like, you just don't know what he was going through his head.
Yeah, but luckily nothing like that happened. Like, I guarantee that's not why he was there. Like, I guarantee he was just there to hang out with.
I'll be right back. You keep talking.
Yeah, I guarantee he was just there to hang out with some friends or whatever. But I mean, still, that's just stupid. Like, don't like put yourself at risk of some horrible punishment. Just like you're literally gonna go to that same prom next year. Or have your own party, hang out with your friends, do something. Like, you don't have to... Like, I get it. Like, you want the experience of prom as soon as possible. Like, I get that. Prom is a big thing in society. Prom is, like, that big school event every year that everyone's talking about and everybody's hoping for and everything. Like, I get why you would want to go. But, like... The thing is, like, you're gonna get your opportunity to go. So, like, there's no need to get in, I don't want to say illegally, but yeah, illegally. Like, there's no reason for you to do that. Like, you're gonna get your shot to go to prom eventually. Don't put yourself in a bad situation by just being so impatient that you can't wait a year to go. And I can understand if, like, they were a junior's date or something and, like, they just didn't get the memo that it was only juniors allowed, but I don't think that was the case. Like, they just showed up without a date. Like, I could get if, like, say there was a junior girl and he was the boyfriend and he just never got the memo that it was only juniors and that he wasn't allowed to be there. Like, I could understand. That's an honest mistake, you know? But, like, if you show up on your own knowing darn well you're a sophomore and you can't be there, like, that's on you. Like, I could understand if it's a mistake and you just didn't know that even, like, you know, dates of other people that were juniors, you know, were not allowed to be there. Like, I could get making that mistake. But, like, if you're showing up by yourself, that is totally on you. That's no mistake except your own mistake for thinking that you could get away with that. Like, what, did he think nobody was gonna recognize him? Like, people knew who he was. Me and my friends knew who he was. Well, not me. I don't really know who it was. But my friends knew who he was. Because we, like, butt in on, like, the other ECA classes all the time. And we see these kids on a regular basis. So, like, we knew who it was. And we went to the teacher and we were like, hey, listen, I don't want to, like, disturb anybody. But, like, that's a sophomore in your class at the junior prom. And he was like, yo, that ain't right. So yeah, he's in for some punishment next year. And it's his own stupidity to blame. I hope it's not too bad, but, like, again, like, you can't make a mistake like that. You can't be dumb enough to make a mistake like that and not think there's going to be some consequence for it. But I'm not that kid. I don't have that kid's brain or whatever. I don't know what the motivation behind it was. I mean, I know what the motivation was. You want to go to prom. You want to hang out at prom and get the experience. Same reason I was there. But, couldn't wait a year. Had to do it this year. Underage. But whatever. At least he didn't do anything dumb at the prom. Like, you know, do anything inappropriate or try to hurt anybody. Which I like, kind of like what Kakashi said. Like, that totally could have happened. And we could have had a major problem if that happened. But, luckily, it didn't. And kids were just there to have a good time. And so was this kid. And he just did it earlier than he should have. I kind of think every grade should have a prom, though. Like, I get that, like, you want to do it for the upperclassmen or whatever because they're more mature, but, like, actually, you know what? I feel like the younger grades might not be mature enough to, like, you know, fully appreciate prom like the upperclassmen would. Like, the upperclassmen weren't there to, you know, goof around. Well, I guess we kind of were, but they weren't there to, like, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say. I just feel like upperclassmen are more mature, so they would appreciate it more. Like, you know, vibing as a group, not just sticking to their own friend groups, but socializing with other people and, you know, enjoying other people's company and taking pictures with other people and, you know, not just sticking to their own friend groups, because I feel like that, hey, yo, what? Hey, yo, map creator, you want to explain this? There's just like a hole in this wall here. You want to, you just didn't finish the wall? You want to,
Damn.
you want to, damn. Hello?
My thing was stuck.
I
It was
got,
like.
I got scared.
Sorry, bro, but I just dropped my hot pocket.
But yeah, like I was saying, like, I feel like I would say, oh yeah, we'll just have every grade have their own prom, but, like, I feel like
Freshman prom would be so dumb.
you just because freshman year you're so awkward at
Dude,
that age.
I'm like still sort of awkward.
You're
Like,
so like insecure and awkward at that age that
you
like
don't want to do anything stupid to embarrass yourself. For the next
exactly
4
you're so
years.
worried because you're going into high school. You've got all these new people around you. You don't want to do anything dumb and embarrass yourself. So I feel like upperclassmen, when you're more comfortable with the people around you, you're more mature. You can appreciate it more, and you're not there just to hang in your friend groups. You're there to socialize and meet other people and enjoy other people's company. I feel like upperclassmen would appreciate it more. So, like, I can understand why they only have prom for juniors and seniors, but, you know, I don't know. I guess you could make an argument either way, but I guess I agree with having prom for juniors and seniors. That makes sense to me, but either way, I had a good time at my prom. I'm sure the
Hey.
sophomore had a great time until he figures out that he's in huge trouble next year.
I'm like still really awkward, but like I'd say I'm like me and Emmett especially are pretty mature freshmen.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you guys are very mature. You guys aren't like the, you know, gossipy, rumory, blabbing.
Honestly,
I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but like
Most freshmen are just so immature.
there's a lot of freshmen that are still in that realm of like, you know, spreading rumors and passing judgment and, you know, just not fully mature
It's
and
sad
like
to
not
say this,
not
but, like,
comfortable with like who they are, and like it's okay to
some
not be
seniors
comfortable
are
with
like
who you
that
are.
too. Like they never lose it. Like they're just
But
drama.
you guys aren't that type. You guys know who your friend groups are. You guys socialize. Like,
Friends? What? No,
what are those? But,
y'all have friends?
y'all gotta get me some of those. But, yeah, you guys are mature for your age. I definitely agree with that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Moral of the story: prom is litty lit. But don't show up unless you're supposed to be there.
Sophomore. Me and Emmett showing up next year or what?
Hey. And the thing is, like, it wasn't even like if there was a junior from another school that could be there. It was only juniors from the high school. So it was severely limited in who you could bring. If you had a junior date from the high school, you could bring them. But if it was a junior from out of the school, you couldn't bring them. If it was a different grade level in the school, you couldn't bring them. So, like, it was very limited in who you could bring. You had to have a junior date in the school to be able to bring them. But I didn't have a date, so that wasn't my problem.
I think it's pretty stupid in my opinion to even think, man, this is my chance. I'm gonna go to this kid's prom. I'm gonna go to their prom, and I'm gonna see how long I can go
Before someone notices me. Exactly. Like, that mindset is like... Also,
It's literally 2013 vlog style. Like,
I went to junior prom for 4 hours, and nobody
I went to junior prom
noticed.
before us, and you will not believe what happened.
Also,
Him and-
another thing, going back to why I feel like kind of freshmen shouldn't really have a prom, like, dating, I feel like, is so, like,
Fake.
freshman year dating is, like, the most, I don't want to say, like, cancerous or diseased, but it's so
AIDS.
artificial and disgusting. Like, no offense to
It's like that chewy beef jerky. Like,
like, no offense to any freshmen who might be in relationships, but like
you
freshman
know
year
deep down it ain't right.
freshman year dating is the most like surface level artificial stuff I've ever
Like
seen.
I ain't trying to put my info out on the stream, but I've done my fair share this year even of doing stuff with a female, and I know damn well if I was to get into a relationship, it'd be bullshit.
Like,
I mean, oh god,
Yeah.
relationships in high school are just tough.
I mean, I got into a relationship late freshman year, but it wasn't with someone like in the school. But I watched like several freshman year relationships just crumble, and like the kids just like start to like hate each other's company. Like,
Dude, those are the worst. You guys are best friends, hang out all the time, then all of a sudden, boom, cannot see each other.
they're just so fake and awkward and like just I don't like them. Like, I'm glad I didn't date anyone in the school freshman year. I can't imagine how awful that would have been. But yeah, and like sophomore year, you're a little more mature, so I can understand that. But it's still a little awkward, especially like
Clearly not. Clearly not.
in my case. I like if my a lot of my like friends are really close together in their social groups. Like I don't do a lot of socialization outside of like my very close friend group of kids I have classes with. So like again, people are very close, so if people have a relationship and like break up, it affects everybody because you see these people like every single day. But like once you hit junior year, I feel like things are a lot more committed and serious. So like, you can actually determine if you really like somebody or not. When as like when you're an underclassman, I feel like you are just like being in a relationship for the sake of saying that you're in a relationship. Like, sure, obviously you might like the person, you might think they're pretty or whatever. You might, feel you have a connection with them and you have common interests or whatever. But once you get to be an upperclassman, I feel like you feel more of a connection to the person and you're both more mature and you realize like, wow, I actually have a deep connection with this person. I actually really love spending time with this person. Like, I feel like by then you're a lot more mature and you can appreciate it more. Kind of like the same thing with prom. Like, when you're an underclassman, you might not appreciate prom as much. You might just show up for the sake of showing up to prom and, kind of experience it and hanging out with your own specific groups and not really socializing or being too shy or too nervous to get involved in, like, dancing or whatever. Whereas as an upperclassman, all of that kind of goes out the window where, you're more familiar with these people, you're socializing, you're walking around, you're talking to people, you're taking pictures, you're outside your comfort zone. Can this person please stop shooting me while I'm trying to talk? And you're just having a good... Can you not? Okay. You're just having a good time, enjoying yourself. All bets are off. Just vibe, have fun, go crazy, dance. Get sweaty, eat what you want. Who cares? Like you're
Lick
with
balls. Wait, what?
you're with your class members. Just do whatever. Whereas as an
And dude, nothing's
underclassman,
better than when like you don't have a grudge against anyone and no one has a grudge against you.
yeah, that was one of the things coming into high school. I was super excited about was the fact that nobody knew who I was. Like in middle school, I built up a reputation as like the wuss, the teacher's pet, the snitch, the person that people really hated to be around. Whereas in high school, nobody knew who I was, so nobody would have that impression of me. I mean, obviously I had a couple people come to my high school, and Paul's the only one I'm really still very close with. But, going into high school, can you stop? I'll literally gun you down, mate, if you keep shooting me while I'm trying to talk on stream. Leave me alone. But I was just it was nice to have like a fresh start, a new set of people who didn't, know where I came from or who I was before high school. And I was able to, create a new me, a new image of who I was, a new kind of, I don't want to say stereotype, but yeah, a new stereotype of the person that I was, and that was very nice. That's one thing I really loved about high school, and in my high school in particular. And I know it's not this way in all high schools. The community is awesome. Like the kids, there's not kids that you're just like, oh, this kid sucks. I hate this kid. This kid's terrible. This kid's so mean to me. Like
My school.
the kids are nice to each other in my school. Like there's not a lot of bullying. Like you very rarely hear about bullying. Bullying is like not a thing that's happened to me. Like, people just kind of exist with each other and, like, help each other, support each other, enjoy each other's company, which, like, again, I feel like that's an upperclassman thing. Once you become more mature, you feel a lot more comfortable just vibing with the people that you just associate with all the time. So, yeah, there's my thoughts on prom and high school for the last hour or whatever.
Conclusion, mature.
Yeah, exactly. In conclusion, don't be that sophomore who shows up to junior prom.
Oh, and relationships suck. Just have fun with girls, but or I mean, or guys, but just don't be stupid.
Exactly. Like I've personally, like I've always said,
And
oh,
that
I
sounded
want.
so bad. Have fun with girls. No, I don't mean like that.
I've always said like, oh yeah, I want to be in a relationship. I want to have a partner, but like at the same time, I don't. Like, I find it much easier to talk to girls as like, well, I don't find it easy to talk to girls. I want to make that very clear. I am pretty horrible when talking to girls actually, but I find it a lot easier to just talk to girls that I'm friends with than like a girl that maybe I have a romantic interest in. Like if I just know that I'm friends with a girl, I don't want to take it anywhere romantically. I just want to talk to them, have fun with them, hang out with them, you know, laugh with them, do whatever. I find it so much easier to talk to them. Like my friend Julie, like we don't try to do anything romantic. We just talk to each other. We have common interests. We play, you know, we play video games. We use
Minecraft.
Discord. We just kind of have common interests and we just hang out and talk and laugh and joke and it doesn't need to be anything more than that. Like we're just friends, you know? Like and I feel like it's people are way too set this day and age on seeing a girl and immediately thinking, "Oh, well, do I have a chance with her?" And like I am a I don't want to say a victim of this. I am someone who's done this too. Like when I see a
You a
girl,
victim.
I instantly think like if I find the girl pretty, I'm like, "Oh, do I have a chance with this girl?" No, she's way out of my league. Like I've done this myself. I'm not like immune to this, but I think I'm realizing now that like it's just nice to have a friend of the other gender. To, you know, break away from the norm that only guys should hang out with guys and only girls should hang out with girls. It's nice to just have, you know, some friends of the other gender that you could be like, oh, yeah, I have a friend who's a girl. I mean, we're not dating or anything, but, you know, we just hang out, enjoy each other's company. And I feel like that's really nice. But there's my thoughts on society in 2021. um, most of it sucks except for the part that doesn't, which is very little, actually. Did you see what happened with Scott Cawthon?
No.
So somehow, some way, people, I don't know if he released it or if someone found out about it, but people found out he voted for Trump, and everyone's been like sending him and his family death threats.
Really?
Yes, I'm not making that up. And so he published a post about it and said like, "Listen, I'm expressing is that the right word? I'm using my right to vote for who I think is going to be the best leader of this country. And I don't feel like I should receive death threats and, you know, have my wife
He didn't do anything wrong.
who's pregnant be literally like up all night fearful of for her life like because of who I voted for. I feel like that shouldn't be something that happens. And personally, I'm not a Trump supporter, but I completely agree with him. I understand that as an American, you have the right to vote, whether you're a man, a woman, a Caucasian, or of some other ethnicity, or if you identify as gay, or lesbian, or bisexual, or asexual, or whatever. As an American, if you are of age, you have the right to vote for who you think is going to be the best leader of this country. And you should not be harassed or be threatened by other people who don't share the same views as you. I just feel like that's horrific. That's terrible.
I mean, I don't know why you gotta send death threats for someone voting for someone. Like, that's like the worst thing an American can do. Like,
And so he's like, I feel like for the most part, I've created a community of people who, you know, or happy people who are supportive and everything. And he said, I feel like, you know, I've had a I don't he said something along the lines of, and I feel like at this point with the community I've built and everything I've done, I feel like it's acceptable if I feel like I need to step away and retire. And he said like, I'm okay with this community even if in the future I'm not a part of it or something like that. And that made me so upset to read because like his games are literally like half my life. Like his games are so much of like my childhood and my maturing years. So if he ever retired, especially because of something like that. Like, if he got tired of it and retired, like, I would understand. But the fact that he would think of retiring because of something like that, if other people forced him to retire like that, I would be so crushed. Like, I would be devastated if that happened, because again, his games played such a big role in my life. And yeah, I saw that today, and I was very upset about that. I was very upset
Glad
with...
you told me that. I did not know that. But like, to be honest with you, am I surprised?
No.
Not even the slightest.
No, nobody's surprised. This happens. It's very sad that we can say that this happens. That this is something that is fairly common in our society. Which, you know, I complain a lot. I complain a lot about, you know, my life and stuff that goes wrong in my life. But I am very blessed. I'm a very blessed human being who is gifted with a very, very fortunate life and a lot of fantastic blessings and people that were put in my path. But not all the world is like that, and not everyone gets that opportunity. And people who will go out of their way to threaten or to harm other people just because of something as simple as who they voted for, who
Dude, I get upset at night going, like, when I'm laying down in my room late at night, I get upset over a silly mistake or something stupid I said to a kid that made them sad. How could you go to bed that night being like, man, I had a good day? Like, bro, it's not that hard to be nice, you know?
Yeah, I have I constantly at night. It's like it's always at night. Me just remembering like, oh, one time I was like, one thing I remember is I was in a car with some friends one time, and I was like trying to make a joke about the song that was on or something. I'm pretty sure it was like "You Need to Calm Down" by Taylor Swift or something. I was like, "Oh, you need to shut up," and I was like, everyone in the car just went silent, and I was like, I didn't want them to think I was like talking to someone in the car and like telling someone to shut up, because that was totally not the intention. But you know, I didn't know how they took it, so I like whenever I think about that, I'm like, oh my god, do they still hate me for like thinking that I told them to shut up like 3 years ago when I totally didn't, and like. That just, stuff like that bothers me. Like, remembering stuff I did or said, like, years ago will genuinely, like, bother me so much at night. And I'm just like, why did I do that? I was so stupid. Like, that stuff just bothers me. But at the same time, that's a good thing because it shows that, like, I've matured. But, like,
That's what I'm saying, like...
There's some stuff, like, I'm never gonna get over. But, like, I should, like, use stuff like that as, not motivation, but just like something that shows that, you know, I have come a long way from, you know, the person I was a few years ago. And I feel like that can be said for everyone. Like, everyone grows and matures and becomes a better person, and that you know, that's part of life, realizing your past mistakes and using them and saying, hey, you know, a few years ago, yeah, I made this mistake, I screwed up, but now I'm a better person now. I've significantly improved from that point in my life, and I can say with certainty that I am a better person than I was 3 years ago. And, you know, obviously it's difficult to look back on the things that you did wrong, or like things that like you can't like undo, and not even something that like made you cringe, but something that like you genuinely like regret so much. But
I will never forget, like, one time... 8th grade year, I was like my first day in my math class, new teacher, and she was asking, you know, getting to know us, blah blah blah. She asked me, she's like, oh, you're new here? I'm like, yeah, you know, my old school shut down, I'm new here, blah blah blah. She's like, oh, cool, all right, now tell me, who's your inspiration? That was the topic. And then I was like, oh, probably my brother, you know, he's in the Air Force, he does a lot. And then she's like, oh, how old is he? I go, 17 at the time. He was 17. And then she was like, oh wow, he's really young. And I said, ooh, you like that? I don't know why, but I said that. Everyone in the classroom laughed. I felt so bad. Oh my god, bro. Literally wanted to kill myself. I was like, man, tonight's the night. I'm killing myself when I get home.
I mean, I find that funny, but I'm not the teacher, so.
No, I know, but we had a good year together, all of us.
But yeah, I get why like something like that would be like, oh, dude, why did I say that? Like,
I was like, oh my god, James.
well, this whole stream is life lessons with the boys.
Who cares in the chat?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll probably end stream after like this game or whatever because I'm tired. I was originally gonna try and do 2 streams tonight because like it's my first day of summer or whatever, but like nah, I'm not feeling up to it. I'm still trying to recover from prom, man. It was a lot of fun, but man, did it tire me out. But like the guys for instance like we need to hang out as much as possible this summer, and I was like yes, absolutely. But yeah, you know.
Hope this doesn't like kill your mood, but you only got 1 more year.
Yeah, that dawned on me the other day, and I was like, "Holy, my God, I'm a senior!" Like it hit me, in like one moment the other day. I was like, "Oh my God, I am a senior." I feel like I was just a freshman, like a year ago, and I'm a senior now. Like, that is so crazy to me. 'Cause how I went from like I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do. I don't know who to make friends with. Oh my God, I'm freaking out about everything. To I'm a senior. I'm gonna take classes at college next year. Like, damn, like that's so crazy. Like, it happened so fast. Like, the time I spent at home, I feel like went so slow, and then once I got back into school, everything went so fast. Like, the second semester for me went so fast this year. Like, my first semester, maybe it was calc, went so
Oh
slow.
yeah. Oh, my mic wasn't picking me up. I was so confused. Anyways, are you like staying at the college or like
No,
is it?
it's a community college. Um, but my school has like a program with it, so like certified professors, like they could either be teachers at my school or professors from the school. They have like a certification to teach like a college class, and like I'll get college credit for it. But like next year I'll be taking the classes like up until now I've been taking the classes in my high school, but next year I'll be taking them at the actual college with the actual college professors.
Oh, that's sick. You excited or you don't
I'm
know how to
I'm
feel?
I'm a little nervous because I take Calc 2 in the fall and I hated calculus with a burning passion, but hopefully I have a better teacher because like my Calc teacher was pretty awful. But all right, I think that's where I'm gonna end stream. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Shout out Gingy for being in
Woo!
being in VC and just chatting, just vibing. I appreciate that. Thank you to everyone who was in stream tonight. Love you guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. It helps out a ton. Also drop a like. I'm not sure when my next stream will be. Hopefully tomorrow. But I honestly have no idea. But thank you guys again for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check Gingy out. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.